This conference will now be
All
recorded.
right, welcome everybody to another fabulous training class today. And probably one of the most, I'd say, important to is how to market yourself. I mean, frankly, at the end of the day, is you can have all the greatest ideas in the world, but if nobody knows how to find you, what good is it? So today we're going to kind of go through a few things. We're going to kind of make it quick today since it is Veterans Day. And to all the veterans that are out there, and also I want to say something to the agents that are Northern California or north part of LA is having a hell of a time up there. So anyway, stay safe. We went through this in San Diego. When was that, Jim? Back in 2004 or something like that. I don't know. I got evacuated out, and it was the worst feeling in the world. Yeah. So yeah, I remember up on top of the hill on the farthest side of the other side of town, and seeing the fire right about where our house was. And so I was like, man, I think my house is gone. That's kind of weird when you're taking pictures off the wall and you got to make a decision like you're leaving in a half hour. What are you going to take? So yeah, it's an exercise I hope I never have to go through again. So anyway, old Ted Turner, he was kind of famous for this. Early to bed, early to rise, work like hell and advertise. So he did pretty good. It's a good formula that worked for him. And honestly, at the end of the day, is I don't know how many times I've seen agents that have go through all the work and they put a nice video together, a YouTube video, and then they don't advertise it. It just sits there, and it's like 6 months old and it's got like 7 views. It's like, well, what's the point of putting the whole thing together if you're not going to put a little push behind it? So advertising is kind of where it's at. So the other thing is you want to be able to advertise yourself. And frankly, if you can't sell yourself, then you're not going to sell anything. I mean, yourself is the one that's out there to promoting to people that they want to do business with you. So you've got to be able to get your name out there and distinguish yourself from somebody else. So today we're going to go through a few ideas and just some quick things you kind of think of. And what you're trying to do is incorporate a few of these in to your kind of your daily routine so that you kind of have these things down. So I put this together. This is a billboard. I'll put a little Bob Shade on there for the billboard. So Bobby Shade, hire me. So he'll appreciate that. So anyway, so really we're going to go through 13 different ideas today. Marketing ideas, advertising tips, ways that you've probably already doing already or something you can kind of consider looking into the future here. So one of them is, and probably the first and easiest thing is to put yourself, your picture and your biography on the Bridalwood website. We get out there, we do spend a lot of money for trying to get ranked in Google and be high on the page and get all that. So your name would be out there also. And welcome. How are you? Polito showed up late as always, so that's always good. So anyway, so you get your picture and your biography out there, and it helps to get your name out there. So when agents or customers are doing a search, they can put in for a particular zip code, and it pulls up and it gets your picture. Maybe you're in a particular area that they want to live in. Got some star reviews behind it. So we had just a new review came in the other day. So it was that's a good thing, and it kind of shows up. So you actually have your own page out there, free of charge. All you have to do is get a professional picture, and we will actually help you write your biography if you're not an English major, and get it out there, and so that you've got a nice thing that you can refer to, and it's something you can give to your customers also when they're looking for you. So anyway, so let's just get your web page out there. This is kind of what it looks like. So I pulled up Madison's and got her contact information. What's nice is if they like it, they can go ahead and request an appointment. That happens quite often. I know Cherry's gotten some off of this, so off your website. A few. There you go. So anyway, probably going to change that. We're looking at doing a couple changes on the website, and one of them is I think I'd like that a little bit bigger so that shows up better. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's kind of idea number one. So idea number two is an email signature. So I don't know how many times that I'll get an email back. This even goes for your voicemail too. I don't know how many times I call an agent and there's not even a voicemail set up. I get this, you have reached number 6192. I mean, just a generic, really? I hate it. You know, you're supposed to be selling yourself, and that's the best you can do. When somebody calls you, that's the first impression you get. Unbelievable. Anyway, so the point is with emails is every time you email something out, you want to have that contact information. And I like to put a picture on there. Some people don't. I just like that. I think it resonates. They can identify with you, and it also has your contact information on there, so they can go back and find it. I don't know how many times I just did it again, trying to get a hold of a guy in Texas. I'll be there on Thursday, and I didn't have his phone number, so I went through his emails to find an old email he sent me, and there was his contact information, which I was able to find. So, but every time your stuff gets out there and then they forward it to somebody else, it multiplies, and your name and your contact information gets out. Again, free of charge. All you have to do is set it up. So if you don't know how to do it, we have people here at the office that can help you. So pick up the phone and let us know. So email signature and a voicemail on your phone. Get that set up. I mean, it drives me crazy when I call an agent and I get that generic voice recording, or even better, this voicemail is full. Goodbye. Unreal. Anyway, okay, so that's two. Let's go on to the next one. Cherry's favorite, Bridalwood business cards. So the best part is if you're using a Bridalwood business card, I'll even pay for the first 1,000 business cards. All right, we have a link right off the website. You can go on to and you can order your agent form. It's all kind of like preloaded. So all you have to do is upload your picture and your first name, title, license number, everything's right there, everything you want. It's all nice and easy. Hit send, and it goes to our printers. They knock these things out, and they'll ship them to you, or they'll send them here to the office. You can pick it up here. So, Bridalwood business cards. Cherry has you had a question?
Because the business cards, I mean, it's great. It's just that I know some people have Medicare made easy in there because it doesn't specify that that's what we mainly do. I think that's a good one. If we can change that, or
We could.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it just doesn't tell us who we are.
So Cherry wants Medicare made easy.
I think that's you know.
Yeah.
Important.
And
Right?
it says making sense of Medicare.
Yeah, something Medicare in front.
Yeah. What does yours say?
I don't
Making
even.
sense of Medicare.
Making sense of Medicare. Yeah, it should have a handle on there.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
noticed that and I just ordered some and I
Yeah.
thought, gosh, I just.
Now you can't say Medicare expert, but you
No.
could say
No, but Medicare made easy.
Made easy, right.
That's usually what,
all right.
Right.
So Cherry wants to change the business card, so we'll go ahead and do that.
I just ordered another.
Okay.
Say Medicare guru or sensei.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that either. Medicare expert. So
Can't do this.
all right. So yeah, so we could do that. So Medicare made easy, we could put that in there. Makes sense. Okay, so business cards. Business cards are the simplest, easiest, oldest thing in the world. Some that I've seen that I used to do, which was cool, was I went out and I got the business cards made up into magnets. So I carried those in everywhere I went. I had my, my case, and I went out and I had a magnet and I had the business cards. So when I go to a customer's house, I would have two of them. And I would actually take the magnet and walk it over the refrigerator and say, okay, when you lose my paper card, all you have to do is just not lose your refrigerator and you'll be able to find me right here. So anyway, always seemed to work. So the magnet cards are available. I forget the price, but it's pretty reasonable.
I still have more. I mean, I've had it for 2 years and I love it.
So you want the agents to use your magnet business cards?
I like the magnet.
The magnets work out good. They're nice. It's an investment. And frankly, if your phone number is not going to be changed, your information pretty much stays the same. So they're kind of a timeless thing. So business cards work. That's idea number 3. How about number 4? Any ideas? Volunteer. Volunteer. Meals on Wheels. Everybody that you go out to a Meals on Wheels is going to be senior. Other ideas that they've had is like Father Joe's, where they're handing out for the soup line down there. So yeah, you could do something like that. You get a lot of, let's say homeless people, but people that need help, but they're all Medis, and they would have availability too. So I was told a story from Jack Midland. He told me a story. He was up in LA and signed up a homeless guy, basically said, hey, would you like to have a free gym membership? Sure, why not, right? So he signed him up. He said before he got home,
Not
his,
on the sidewalk, right?
I don't know where he was, but he, he signed the guy up. He was Medi, had Medicare, so he put him on a Medi plan. Time he got home, his phone was blowing up from all these other homeless guys. Hey, did you give this guy a free gym membership? And so anyway, he says, well, I'm not going to drive up there to sign you up. So they were jumping the train, and they're riding the train down here to Oceanside. So Jack could meet him in Oceanside and sign him up. Pretty soon there were so many that he signed up that the gym was complaining that all these homeless guys are coming in, taking showers and hanging out because they had the free membership, right? So anyway, oh well. So anyway, volunteering it's an idea. It's something that you're kind of giving back to the community, but it also gets your name out there. So get on the cell phones. So nothing better than to be programmed right into your customer's cell phone. And every time if you have an iPhone, you can go to your contact information and you click on your name and you go to share, and you can say share it to, hey, customer, what's your phone number? I'll share my information with you. And they hit it and they got it. It's programmed right into their phone. So encourage your customers and your prospects to put your name and number programmed into their cell phone, then they have it. So if you teach them how to do it, they will do it. They generally won't think of it on their own, but if you educate them and help them, they definitely will do that for you.
How do you
Jim,
do it?
you like this idea?
I'm just going to share that. I'll
He says
find
yes.
how to do that.
So Jim, do you typically have that where you have them programmed into the phone? And
I have them programmed with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They
I'll
call.
find it.
Like I had that.
do you have it?
I had clients before, and just last week, she called in,
Mm-hmm.
and you address them by their name, and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
And most of them answer the phone and they know exactly who it is. So I can say, hi Jim, how you doing?
Yeah.
They have it in there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice touch.
It's good to have it in there. So
Especially this time of year when you're following up, open enrollment, how's your plan going? They know.
yeah. So this time of year, especially when you're following up, you definitely want to have that out there. So it's a nice feature to have your name programmed into their cell phone so that people are able to get a hold of you, get a hold of them, but also it gives them the opportunity to go, oh yeah, here's my agent, here's his phone number. They may not have their card on you, but I'll be darn sure they have their cell phone with them and be able to catch you. So next one,
Good point.
T65 leads. All right, so lifeblood of any insurance agent is leads. You can go and find them yourself, or you can kind of speed the process up by getting leads that people can spend your time with people that want to hear from you. So there are good leads and there are bad leads. All right. So if you want a cheap lead, go open a phone book. All right. So they're a lead. That's a name and a number. You can call it all day long. So the leads we have are called business reply card leads. They're filled out by the people in their own handwriting, and these are sent in. And so it gives us the ability to call these people and let them know that we are just following up with something they've already requested already. So they're a little bit expensive. I generally go half on these with you, and they work pretty good. So you just got to call them and get through the first, initial. Everybody has this, you're a salesman, get off my phone, right? So once you get past that, especially when they realize that they're the ones that initiated this in the first place, they're generally going to spend some time with you. So have you found that these leads work for you, Jerry?
Lead.
So if you call the leads, basically set an appointment. There's really no secret answer in this kind of business. It's get on the phone, set an appointment, sit with them, solve their problem, write the app, and just repeat over and over and over. So you need leads in order to turn to prospects, to turn to customers. So it's a process you go through, and the faster you can make this thing happen, the better it's going to be. So take some money, invest in leads. Newsletter. You may have never heard me say this before. Newsletters are the single best thing you can do to help build your business. By far, hands down, bar none. All right. So in our process that we do at Bridalwood is we take, like we went through, we have leads, prospects, and customers. And we tie our customers and our prospects together through our newsletter. We communicate with these guys on a monthly basis, so they hear from you every single month. Whether you email it out or you mail it out, we're set up to be able to do this. So communicating with your customers and your prospects will generate that business. So you're prospecting for and working your leads to try to convert them into a prospect, which turn them into a customer. So once you focus your attention on your leads, but your newsletter then will talk to your prospects and your customers every month, so they don't feel like they're left out. All right. So newsletters, simply most of the time you just say do a newsletter. And for a lot of people, it's like telling me to go have a baby. Well, neat, but how do I do that? Well, newsletters, if we write it for you, and it's simply all you have to do is kind of plug in your information because most of it's already there. That's what you can do. So 90% of the newsletter's done. It's a 4-page newsletter. I did a 2-page for years and years and years and years. So just take out what you want, cut it down to a 2-page and bang it out. Easy to do. Spend a little money, put your newsletters out, and keep your people up to date. All right. By far, the top producers in the firm are, yeah, you know what? Conference, you could open up. All right. Good. We'll have to cut it short because somebody needs a conference room today. Now they tell me. Okay. So anyway, newsletters are by far probably the best thing you could do to help build your business. And there's different parts, and we've kind of learned over the years of what to do, and some of the other things will tie into it. So let's move forward. So advertising and church bulletins. Church bulletins, mobile home parks, things you don't typically think of. Stay away from the newspapers.
Yep.
They tend to be overly expensive. Put a little ad in like this and it's $1,400, and you're like, pfft. But you could get into a church bulletin, maybe $100. You could get a quarter page for $100 for all year and get yourself out there. Our mobile home parks, every mobile home park that's 55 plus communicates with their customers and their members, and so they're always looking for somebody to help cover the cost of the paper and the ink and the this and that. So typically it's cheap. You can get out to 400, 500, 600 people for a small fraction. And again, we help with co-marketing. If you have at least 5 apps on the board, we'll go up to $500 in co-marketing. So we'll help you cover some of the cost of this too. So looking for opportunities for areas that other people haven't thought of. That's kind of where we want to be. So thinking about how you're marketing yourself and how you can get your things out there. Cherry, did you do this? Didn't you? Yeah, you did that, right? So anyway, make a referral reward program. So we sort of did this through the newsletter, and it works really good. So page 3 of the Bridalwood newsletter is the referral page. So you can thank you, Bob and Susie, for sending Billy Bob, to Bridalwood. And then you list the person that made the referral and the one that you helped sign up. So even if the referral doesn't turn out, maybe for whatever reason, I still put it in there and I still reward them for at least giving the effort. So regardless if it turned into a customer or not, you want to reward them. Also, your newsletter is something that people want to be able to read their name in your newsletter, that you're acknowledging that you're doing this. What you're also doing is you're training the rest of your customers to be bird dogs for you and help you, because this person got recognition for doing that. I'm going to go out and look for people and help refer that too. Referrals are the lifeblood of your business. If you help promote it and fan it, it will grow. Right? So doing a reward program, I think CMS rules state that you can't pay for, give somebody a reward for a, like, you send me a referral, I give you money, right? But you could put their name on a drawing. It just happens that all my drawings, everybody that's in the drawing wins. So it's amazing how that works. They have extremely good luck in my drawings. So anyway, so yes, that's make a referral program, make it a reward that you can do. Works good. So that's 9. We're whipping through these things today. So how about 10? Joining a networking group. So I've had some people that have done this and have had tremendous luck with it. What happens is you get a group like BNI or LaTip, and you'll get like 12 people to a group. So you got an attorney, you got an accountant, you got a teacher, you got a whatever, right? So you're the insurance guru. And then everybody that's in that group, then any contacts they come across, they send them to you. So you refer within your group, and then you meet once a week and have breakfast and talk about, you know, what you've got going on. So anyway, that's a good way. It's a cheap way of, I don't know what the price was. It was $100, was it $400 for a year? It wasn't a dating service. It's a networking service. So, God, poor Cherry. She goes on a dating service looking for referrals. It's no, you can't do that. 65 and over, trolling for the old guys. Oh.
And I'm like, really? I thought that was a little.
So even $400, if you sign up one person, it's going to totally clean it up. So anyway, $100. Anyway, so there's different ones, and they have others. They got Women in Business Networking, Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary, Kiwanis. I had a friend of mine. He was in everything. I mean, he was every night he was running to something. He just thought that was great. He was a member of Children of the Mothers of. It's like, never heard of it, but he was in there. So anyway, good for him. Yeah, and every time I turn around, he's trying to sell me tickets for the pancake breakfast for the Kiwanis Club and the every kind of thing. So anyway, quit hanging around him. He was too expensive as a friend. Anyway, so join a networking group, especially starting out in the business, is you want to get in with the group, get tied in so that you're getting your name out there and just circulating. So that's kind of the name of the game. All right, so trifolds. Personalized trifolds. So we have the trifolds here that we make up from bridalwood. So these are free of charge. But you can also do is get a personalized one. So here's there. Come a little plastic case. So a plastic case you can get from Amazon. I think they're about $1.25 a piece. I think I get 50 of them at a time for like $75, something like that. They have other ones that they got the little business card out front. So you can put them here and a business card out front. I typically like to staple the business card on the front of that. So every time they pick it up, your card is on there. And then the trifold is kind of generic enough so that it doesn't say San Diego and all over stuff. You can use this anywhere. So we make these things up 10,000 at a time and send those out. So this is probably the cheapest way for you to advertise, especially starting out, is, again, you get the 1,000 business cards for free, bridalwood cards. You get the plastic holders, get these things out, and then just anytime you're around somebody, you hand them one of these, kind of gives them some information about what you do and who you are, and they've got your contact information. So anyway, great way to help market yourself. Also, these work out good if you're at a kiosk or a community center, or you're at a medical facility where you're there, like one of these local facilities where you have a table, people walk by. You can hand them a card, but you can also hand them a little trifold. Tells you a little bit more about what you do for the business. So kind of distinguishes yourself a little bit different than everybody else is out there. So that's an idea. All right, so Next thing is a Google page, a Google Plus page. All right, so Google Plus. So this is something that is easy to do. You can actually go out there and they have how to create a Google page in 5 simple steps. Easy to do. It's kind of a business. It's a Google business page. But what it does is it gets your business out there and it gets you listed, at least in their directory. Think of it as yellow pages for Google. So again, free of charge. It's just a matter of getting it out there and letting people know that you're available. So when they go search, who do you talk to? It's called Madison. So, yeah, and since it's like Veterans Day, so Maddie goes, oh yeah, by the way, we're out of here. So she left. She's on the clock and they're leaving. So, yeah, she's going to lunch and then not coming back. So, yeah, that's the kind of lunch they're going on. Wish I could go on a lunch like that. All right, so Google Plus page is basically yellow pages for Google that you can get on. Again, free of charge, price is right. Why not do it? Again, it's a one-time thing. You set it up, you do it, but then it's out there working for you. And that's kind of what you want to do. You want to be thinking about how can I get my shingle out there, let people know I'm available. And once you get this set up, it's out there 24/7 working for you. Once you have your trifolds and you get them into a facility, for example, it's working for you. Anybody can walk up, can pick one up. So you never really know. It's kind of like going fishing and you have 12 lines in the water, each one with a little different bait on it. And you never know where it's going to come from, but you may want to pick up one here, a couple there, one over here. Pretty soon it starts adding up. All right, so we are at 12. How about the last one here? Mobile home parks. So I don't know how I can say this any easier. I made a bundle on mobile home parks, all right? And nobody else ever went out there because when they saw this sign, it turned them off because it looks, there's holes in it and it's run down. Man, that sign is solid gold. There is money there, right? Because we're not trying to market to these $1 million hitters. I don't care how much money they have. So I'm looking for people that are 55 plus, 65 is actually better. But when you find somebody that's 55, they got a mom or a dad out there that they're looking out for. And so I made a bundle of mobile home parks. And nobody ever pays attention to these guys because nobody cares. So I would come in and I would do ABC Medicare presentations and bring them coffee and donuts and wine them and dine them, and they just loved it. And once you start getting a group customers that you sign up within that park, now they're working for you. So, hey, Sylvia, I want to come back to the park and do something next month. And they'll go line it up for you. They'll put it on the schedule. They'll get it out to their newsletter. They'll make the coffee and I'll bring the donuts and they'll get the room all lined for you and they'll get the flyers made and pass them all out. The whole thing, they're so excited because they're part of this group. They're trying to help you out. And when anybody else comes in or anybody's talking about it, they just go, oh no, we're not going to talk to these outside agents because we have Jeff because he takes care of us. So you have a whole park of 300 coaches there that you have under they're their exclusive agent. And so if you go from park to park to park, you only need 3 or 4 of these, and you can just have as much every month you're writing business out of these things. And it's just a matter of recognizing what's going on. But the thing about it is you can't just do it a one-time thing and then leave. So you got to be there every couple weeks. Stop in once a week. Refill the plastic holders. Make sure they have it. Check in. Bring a few Starbucks cards with you. It never hurts to grease the person behind the desk. Let them know that you're thinking of them. How are things? How are we going? I'll see you next week. Say a quick hello. Anyway, mobile home parks. I took a list from just here in the San Diego area on one stretch of road from Oceanside to Ramona is what? 20 miles? 20 miles? Yeah, 20, 25 miles is, there was 85 mobile home parks, 55 plus. So senior 55 plus mobile home park, there's 85 of them, just in that one stretch of road. So they're everywhere, but agents don't think of it. They don't look at it. They're all about, hey, I want to talk to the doctors. Well, doctors are all cool, but good luck getting in there. Point is, these mobile home parks, they're available. All you have to do is go out there and work them. And you can be the expert for that particular park. And they're always looking for people that are going to be paying attention to them.
Sorry, I'm not hot flash.
Wow.
My fan.
All right. So the presentation was so good today, you're having hot flashes. Nice. Okay. That must have, we start talking mobile home parks, they get excited. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay, so we're going to finish up today. We'll make this kind of easy today. So doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing, you just nobody else does. And again, I come back to the example. I see this over and over again where agents go through all this. They go get their license. They go through the training. They do all the modules. They get all this stuff done, and then they just go, now what? Well, some of the things, just simplest things we need to do is thinking about getting your shingle out there and allowing yourself for people to find you. So start with the basics. Start with your trifolds and your business cards. That's where you want to start from there. Build your profiles on the Bridalwood site and also on the Google+. So how much cost do we have in at this point? Zero. I mean, you've spent nothing in advertising, but at least you have the basics that you can hand out to somebody. And then it's just a matter of getting yourself out there. How much does it cost to walk into a mobile home park and go into the office? Nothing. It's just effort. So think about other things that are out there, the senior centers, the adult living facilities. We've got several here in town that I've been going to for years. You come in, say hello, introduce yourself. Here's a couple things you can do. Help out. Basically, they're always looking for something to, you want to talk to the activity director because they're always looking for something for their people to do that's going to be engaging, is going to help them. They're not looking to be sold something. You're looking to educate. You're looking to help. As long as you come from that side of the fence, you're going to do well in this business. So anyway, that is for today what we have. I think that's pretty much it. I want to thank everybody for coming out on Veterans Day. It's a fabulous day. Even though if we do have hot flashes, it's okay. So anyway, and that's it. So thank you for joining us online and for here in the office. And I will see you next week.